Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing around with some Glossier products and creating this look that I currently have on my face. Now I know I'm relatively late to the party. I only got my hands on Glossier makeup when I was in the States in May. Unfortunately, they just do not ship to Australia, which is a massive bummer. But if you're curious about the brand, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you've also used Glossier makeup, I would love to know what some of your favorite products are, as well as some of your non-favorites. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I am starting off with foundation already applied. As someone who gets quite a lot of acne scarring as well as redness around the cheeks, I knew this Glossier skin tint just wouldn't work for me. But I do have with me the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and I have two shades actually. I have the shade G7 for my face and G9 for underneath the eyes. I generally just like to apply this concealer with my fingers, but you can definitely apply this with a brush. If you watched my previous, I think it was like June favorites video, you know that I absolutely adore this concealer. And that's because it just has a very nice balm-like texture and it feels very, very moisturizing on the skin. If you prefer something that has like a heavier coverage, I definitely don't recommend this, but this is great for day-to-day wear and it just wears so beautifully on the skin. So next I'm going to go in with the famed Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Brown. Now I do have my eyebrows filled in just a little bit just because I do have a few bold spots in my brows and this just doesn't do anything for those bold spots. But this formula is definitely popular for good reason, just because it does apply really nicely on the brows and I really like the small brush applicator. I think it also looks really, really natural as well and it's great if you're on the go. So next I'll be going in with the Glossier Lidstar. Now I do have to mention that I do struggle with these just a little bit. I think it's great if you want a really sheer amount of color on your eyelids, but if you want to build it up, it's really a struggle. I find it quite patchy. I also think that if you have darker skin tones, this might not show up on your skin just because it's so sheer. So I'm not the biggest fan. I do have two shades with me, which I will swatch on the screen for you, but today I'll be going in with the shade Cub. So I'm just going to apply this straight on the lids and blend it out with my fingers. Alright, so I've just finished with the eyes. I did go in with my Urban Decay Reloaded palette to sort of darken out the outer corners of my eyes just to give me that extra dimension. If you look closely though, I do think that the Lidstar just applies a little bit patchy, like it's really hard to get it on completely evenly. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but honestly, I just don't think this product is great for me. So next, I'm going to go in with my Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. Now, if you watched my cream blush video, you know that I absolutely adore this product. What I generally like to do is squeeze a pea-sized amount, that's probably way too much, on the back of my hand and then go in with a stippling brush to apply that onto my cheeks. So next I'm going to go in with the Glossier Haloscope highlighter in the shade Quartz. What I generally like to do is to warm it up on my fingers and then just pat that straight onto my cheeks. I really love how this looks on the skin because it's very, very natural. It's definitely not like overdoing your highlighter in any way. It's also just, as with most Glossier products, something that's really great if you're on the go. Okay, now that the face makeup is done, I'm going to go set it all with the Glossier Wowder, and the shade that I have is G8 to G10. Alright, so I've just finished applying the Wowder and I really like how it looks on the skin. It is mattifying, but it does still let some of that Haloscope sheen come through, so it's really natural as well and does a really great job in locking everything into place, especially if you're going to be going in with a lot of cream products. Before I finish off with the lips, I quickly do want to mention the Glossier lip balms, and the shade that I have is the Birthday Balm Dotcom. These are really, really hydrating lip products. If you're someone who has really dry lips, or if you're looking for something that will cover you for the winter, I definitely recommend checking this out. Last but not least, I'll be going in with the Glossier Generation G lipstick in the shade Crush. Now, I don't know if I got a dud lipstick just because I feel like everybody loves these, but this feels so dry on my lips and it tugs so much when I apply it. So I personally don't love these, but I am happy to be proven wrong if I do get the chance to go back to Glossier and purchase some more. Alright, so just to summarize, my favorite products from everything that I purchased at Glossier would definitely have to be the Stretch Concealer, just because it applies so nice on the skin. I also really love the Haloscope, especially for when I'm on the go. I also love the Cloud Paints, just because you can use that on the cheeks as well as on the lips, and the color range is just really beautiful. I also love Boy Brow for days when I don't want a really full heavy look. It's just a really quick product to apply. And I also love the Balm Dotcoms just because they're so hydrating on the lips. And this one in particular is quite a fun one because it has a lot of shimmers in it and it looks really pretty on the lips. All right, and that is a wrap. Thank you so much for sticking to the very end. I do hope you enjoyed watching this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye.